Hey, you guys, happy March or whatever time of year it is you're listening to this. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited because this is my birthday month. I am a Pisces. I am a March baby. My birthday was March 3rd, so I just got to celebrate it with a lot of you. Thank you all so much for the birthday messages. And I had a wonderful family weekend. It was super low key this year, which was honestly exactly what I wanted. The fact that I got to do two epic workouts, one on Saturday, one on Sunday with the boys was so amazing. So, yeah, it was a beautiful, it kind of goes along with this year where I'm in the grind zone of I feel so grounded. I want to keep my routine. I don't necessarily want to go anywhere and do all the special things. I'm really just hunkering down and in family love mode and work, put in the training mode and work itself, building my business. So it was beautiful. It was amazing. And I turned 39. I'm 39 years old now. And I made a post about this, but I started to think about it and I got really inspired to do this podcast and YouTube video if you're watching on YouTube. And shout out if you guys are not on my YouTube channel yet, find it The Ultra Health Hub with Samantha Nibbins. You can actually watch these. If you are a podcast listener, you can also now go watch these on YouTube. So super fun. Or you're here on YouTube watching me. Either way, I got super inspired just thinking about I've had this overall feeling for the last, I feel couple months or in general with where I'm at in life. And I know it seems to be the opposite of where most people think and feel when they're in their late 30s or even 40s. They feel oh God, I'm so not where I want to be. I'm so out of shape. I'm so, behind, or you start life starts hitting you. I feel when you hit your late 30s, where you're oh, literally, I only have so much time left on this earth. And adulting responsibilities, thinking about retirement and homes and, even your parents, as they start to age, career wise, self wise, you start to know who you are. You really start to know what you want to do, and you maybe pivot in your career or in your business, whatever it is. I just feel late 30s, it kind of real life starts hitting you. And for me, it's been a positive impact where I'm not going down the road of oh my God, I'm not where I want to be. Life sucks. I'm so depressed because of where I'm at 39 years old. And in fact, the opposite is how I feel. I am holy shit, y'all, I am just getting started is my vibe, my energy, my feeling. You guys know, maybe you listened to the podcast a while back about 18-year-old energy. I feel lit the fuck up for life. I am let's go. I have been putting in the work to get to where I am today. And I know myself so much more than I ever have, probably my entire life. And not only known it, but am owning it. And I have these amazing, beautiful goals and visions. And I'm just holy crap, I'm just getting started is the best way I can describe it. And I love my life. I have two amazing little boys. I have a partner. I have this business. I get to hang out with you guys, whether it's the podcast or social media. I'm very fit already, but I have big time goals, going into this next decade of life. I'm oh shit, my 40s. Whoo, y'all watch out. The heat is on. I am coming for life. So I'm just in love with my life right now. And I'm excited to turn 39 and to be here. And I just feel I'm just getting started. And so all of this to say, I wanted to share lessons. I've got 39 of them. In fact, 39 life lessons. It's anywhere from there's some workout, nutrition, random stuff, actual tangible tips to actual more like life lessons and mindset principles, things that I live my life by. I teach my clients. You'll hear me rant about more specifically, any one of these, but I've put together these 39 for you guys. So hopefully you can start to take on one of these, a couple of these, and you can really start to, I hope if you're not there already, like feel that same way about your life, to really build this life that you love and that you are like, I am so fulfilled right now. Yes, absolutely. Do I have other goals and dreams I'm going towards? 100%. But I love my life right now. I am so present with it and it's so beautiful. And I have these goals. So I want to hopefully pass on these lessons that will help you in your life, whatever age, whatever time it is for you. Okay? So let's dive in. I'm going to try not to get too deep into each of these and more just like kind of sling them at you. And I'll give a little bit of like background for some. All right. And these are in no particular order too, by the way, except for the last one. The last one is very intentional. I'm going to leave it there. You'll hear it 39 minutes later from now. But otherwise, no particular order. Okay. So here we go. Number 1, trust yourself more and have your own back. This one has been more of a recent one for me when thinking about, my business and just anything, like where I'm at. It's like trusting. Like I think so many of us have set goals or wanted to be here or there. And then when we don't achieve those, and hey, guess what? We probably didn't have all the tools or given it enough time, right? But like when we don't achieve those, we start to not trust ourselves. Or maybe it's been a lifetime of XYZ that you haven't, trusted yourself in the past or all your life, or your adult life, or for a certain area of life. And so I just want to like reinvite everyone that we can decide right now moving forward that we can trust ourselves with whatever that is for you. If there's something out there that you've been working at for years, or you said you were going to do this, or you would be here by now. It's okay. It's okay. All right. It's all right right now to have your own back and start to trust yourself more. Okay. Number 2, speak up. I'm going to say this is especially for my ladies out there, but in general, all y'all can take this. Speak up. When you've got something to say and you know it, my brothers and sisters, I know you know that when you've got that feeling, it's like literally you might have a physical sensation in your stomach is where I tend to feel it, or you get hot, right? Or you get a little sweaty, or you have that tinge, that like nudge that is like you've got something to say here, but for some reason you're holding back. Maybe it's because you want to keep the peace at home with your partner, with your kids. You don't want to cause an argument, or it's the 10th time you've had to bring it up and you're like, oh, I should just whatever. Or if it's in business, in your career with a manager, if it's whatever it is. If it's in coaching, a lot of times, even when I'm in group coaching calls and it's like people are like shy to like raise their hand and get coached, they feel vulnerable, they feel scared, like all of those feelings, whatever situation it is, speak up. This is one I have been owning these last few months, and woo, God damn, y'all, it is empowering and powerful when you start to speak up. Ask for what you want. Say what you have on your mind, regardless of what that other person is going to think or feel about it. Okay. I want you all to start speaking up more, or I would offer that like, man, don't hold back anymore. And this one is like really hitting home because I'm like, I'm fucking 39. Like, what are we doing? Right. Like, I know my life is halfway over, right? Or I have a little bit more than halfway. But like, if I'm not going to speak up now, what? What the heck? Speak up. Okay. Number 3, own it, or own you. Like who you are, what you want to do, how you show up in this world. Like own own who you are more and what you want to do in this world, regardless of what anybody else thinks, regardless of even what your partner says, or maybe your friends or family say, or what society and culture says, like about who you are and how you have to be. Or if you're like, oh God, this one thing I want to do this or that, like own it. Sisters, brothers, start to own who you are. And this one I say again, very recent for these. You all are getting some of this like right when I'm in the middle of my next transformation, right? So this one has come up more recently again for me. And I feel like I own who I am and how I am in the world and who I am. Like, I feel like I give myself like a 70%. I'm being really honest about it. And I'm like, I know I've got another 30% in me that needs to like that next layer of like the onion to unpeel and to reveal and to like fully step in. So like check in with you where you're at. Maybe you're not ready to go from like 0 to 100 or from 20 to 80, but like start to own who you are. Take that one next step, right? This is so funny, but this is like the thought that comes up. Like, if y'all know me, y'all know I fucking own like wearing crop tops. Like, you're right. I'm a mom and I'm like a damn fit and good looking mom that like, and I just fucking love crop tops. I've loved them since I was, I don't know, in middle school or high school. Something. I've loved crop tops. It's just like part of my style and like who I am. And there was a little time I feel like having kids there where I was like, oh, can I wear this or not or that? You know, a little bit of like worry or concern. And then at some point I just was like, fuck this. Like, this is who I am and how I roll. Like it, leave it, but that's what I'm doing. Right. So I just want to encourage you guys, whatever your crop top is, I'm doing air quotes here, or whatever that is for you, like start to own your shit. Okay. You get to be you. Number 4, I feel like this is already a little longer. Some of these will be shorter, trust me. Number 4 is listen to your intuition more. Another more recent life lesson and transformation for me, but is truly like when you get the nudges or you hear it or you see something and it's like you get that feeling again. It's like, it's not a coincidence. It's not something to question. Oh gosh, like I want you to start to like really listen and allow the space for your intuition. Meaning, like when, there's, should I go this way or that way to travel today? Or when you're on your way to work, or there's something that tells you, you know what, I want to get off on this exit. Like that's like, I don't know, I'm being called, whatever that is. If that's like intuition, like you need to message somebody, like you need to, when you get that nudge to like, I'll get these nudges to be like, oh, I'm so grateful for, my baby or something like that. I will message him like right then and there. I do not take that little nudge for granted. Whatever it is, like follow your intuition when it's telling you, and this is like even for workouts or if it's for a goal, that like goal you have in your heart and head, I always say, like, if you just keep getting called and called and called, especially if it's not going away, it's like, this is for you. There is something here for you. Follow your intuition. I have fallen down that trap of like being too much on the tell me what to do. Tell me, how to do this. Give me all the strategy. Tell me how you've done this. What did you do? What works for you? How did you build your business? Blah, 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 right? How did you win the ultra marathon? And listen, there's a time and a place for certain amounts of like strategy and guidelines and mentorship, but you have to also come back to you, right? There's a reason you guys get to be here with me and love and be here with me. It's like, I'm not like everybody else, right? I would not call myself vanilla by any means, right? So listen to your intuition. What do you need to do for your workouts? What's that next step you need to do for your training? What's that next step you need to take towards your goals? Like, how do you need to show up that if you checked in with yourself? Okay. Okay. Number 5. Oh, yeah. This one, walking is one of the best things you can do. I like literally feel like I put like walking is one of the secrets to life, air quotes again. Like if you are not walking in your day, and this could be a 5-minute walk, a 10-minute walk, this could be in the morning, this could be at lunchtime, this could be an evening walk with your family. If you are not walking, you are missing out. I'm just going to say that. I love walking, and I think it's one of my little secrets, not so secret, that keeps me in shape, helps me recover stronger and faster because I do not just sit in this chair for 8 to 10 hours a day. I get my ass up and walk. And after lunch, or even for 10 minutes, I walk on meetings. I don't care if anybody else is doing that or not. I don't care if it's okay or not. I do not ask for permission. I just do it. And I take advantage and opportunity anytime I can walk. If I have like a work meeting, even, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a walk and talk, right? So anytime you can get out and walk, I swear to you, it is like you will be more creative, more productive, gain more energy, and you can do it anywhere, generally at any time, right? So walking, get yourself walking some more, any amounts, okay? Okay, number 6, do something hard physically. I'm sure you guys are like, well, of course you would say this, Samantha, right? But I mean it. Like, I had this thought, I want to like eradicate like weight loss as a goal. Listen, if y'all want to lose weight, I get it. I want you to lose weight, but I don't want it like there's so much focus on like losing the weight as like the main goal and the thing that will change your life. And it will, but I want to like put out there whether you need to lose weight or not. But if you're one of those people, like do something hard physically. Run a 5K, run a marathon. Sign up for go for the CrossFit games or PR, learn how to lift. Like do something hard physically. And I promise it will change you mentally. It will literally transform you. Like the ultra marathons, yes, they're physically like, yeah, they're amazing. And you get to see what your body can do. Oh man, but the possibility that it mentally breaks through for me, and I know anybody else that's done something, whether it's an ultra or physically hard, it will break your brain. Like how powerful and empowering it is and how confident building it is to show you can do more than you think. So I would really encourage y'all, like do something hard physically. And maybe if it's not even a race yet, but it's like one of my clients just like working on her shimmy and like with belly dancing, and it's like she's doing something hard physically. She's going from 1 minute to 2 minutes 45 seconds, and it's really freaking hard. But she's doing it and she's pushing it there. So whatever that is, even if it's a few minutes of something, like instead of your normal runs where you just like go run the same run, like give yourself like 30-second sprints. Do something hard physically. Okay. Number 7. I just did a podcast on this, but I'm going to say it here because I believe in it. Do you more. Do you more. Kind of goes along with the own it one, but like, I just got to say that. Like, I feel like this has come up a lot for my ladies again in the last month or so of coaching, where it's like, well, I don't know what my husband wants to do. Or we've always done it this way for this long. Or from my mamas out there, like their parents, like, for the kids though, like I've got all this stuff to do for the kids. Okay. Or like your, parents that you've got to take care of. Name your poison. But like y'all, there's just too much. It's like rampant of like doing what others want you to do or think you should do. Do you more. Say, this is what I want to do in the evenings. This is where I want to go for a date night. This is the food that I want to eat. This is how I want to roll. Like I want to do a workout and then just eat something simple. I do not want to go out to like the 5-course dinner. Whatever it is. Do you more. Okay. Number 8. Okay, this is a simple one. Drink electrolytes. I've been drinking electrolytes for I've been using them for 10 years in ultra marathons, but I've been drinking them on the daily basically for the last 3 years or so. And it's just a game changer for workouts, for energy. drink electrolytes. Happy to share the brands that I use if you want. Number 9 is drink more or enough water. Like really simple, tangible. If you are not having the energy you want to have, recovering as fast as you want to recover, if you're trying to lose weight, sleep, all of the things, this is kind of like a walking one, like make sure you're drinking enough water. Half your body weight in ounces is like a good minimum. Have a water bottle. I've got my water always here with me. I also have bubbly waters. I have an entire, it's not right next to me now, but water bottle I carry with me. Like drink more water. Make sure you're drinking enough water, especially if you're not ready to necessarily get into your workouts yet, or the whole healthy eating thing. Like you're not there yet. Like something super simple you can do is just start drinking more water and start walking more, right? Okay. Number 10, rolling with this kind of nutrition health line, is eat more protein, veggies, and fiber. Listen, I love my carbs and I'm a fan and I eat them. I had half a bagel today. I had some protein oatmeal. I eat carbs basically at every meal and sometimes pre-workout. Or usually pre-workout. So like I'm a fan, but other than maybe the pre-workout, like all my carbs have fiber in them. There are like, 3 to 8 grams of fiber per serving. Like, so that's what I mean when I'm saying like fiber, like, yeah, still have your carbs, but like get some fiber in there. If you're not, eat those veggies up, y'all, and protein. Like if all you had to go off of for like, how do I eat healthy? Protein, veggies, fiber. Focus on those 3. And I promise you, like, things will change. Things will start happening. Okay. If you just focus on those. Okay. Number 11. How are we doing here? Okay, good. Number 11, it's okay to change from how you've always been, from where you've lived, the people in your close circle, your friends, your business, your workouts, your workout goals. It is okay to change, y'all. I just want to like give some full permission there. Like if nobody's told you that, or you're worried, like you have some big goals and dreams, but it means you're going to have to change. And that might change who you're with, what you're doing, what that looks like. It's okay. All right. It's okay to change. All right. There's a time and a place for everything in life. And you've got to have your time maybe in a season with certain friends or in a certain community, or going towards the maybe ultra goals. And now you want to lift like me, right? I still have ultra goals, but in general, this is a big lifting season for me. It's okay. It's okay to change. I have felt those feelings before where I was like, identify as an ultra runner. And like, if I didn't have an ultra race, like I felt empty or like something was missing, or like I was kind of letting up, I don't know, not like this identity that I'd created for myself. And I was like, it was okay for me to be like, you know what, this season, I want to lift more and I want to gain some weight and some muscle. Like, that's okay. It's okay to change, right? It might be a little uncomfortable, but just know that it's okay, that you don't have to stay where you are just because it's what you've always done. It's who you've always been or who you've always been with. All right, number 12, similar in that way, but it's okay to let go. In when you want to make the positive change, it is okay to let go of who you've been and the things you've done. And in any way, shape, or form, I think that is a big lesson that I've learned in this last year or so, has been sometimes you have to let go of who you've been and what you've done and what your life has looked like. And it doesn't feel safe necessarily to always, or there's, some scared like vulnerability and acceptance even, and being included to go into that next version of yourself. But I have found now in the last couple of years specifically, in order to get to that next level and to be that next version of me that is going towards a positive step towards the goals I want to hit, I have to let go of the version of me that's not there. right? That version of me that has played small, that has people pleased, that has not spoken up. I have to let go of that. So where do you need to let go and know that it's okay? Okay. Okay, number 13, have a big as fuck goal each year or most years. You guys see me do this, hopefully. If not, it's basically my MO. And most of the people I roll with, it's like, we have big goals. And you don't need to have 5 big goals, right? Like, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have a kid. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to make the most money I've ever made. I'm going to start a business and I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. Like, okay, hold up. I'm just saying, like, have at least one big as fuck goal, maybe 2. Okay. I generally have 2. I generally have a health goal and a life goal, and then some other smaller ones, but have something big. Like, I go for the ultras, right? Like, I generally have a big ultra goal. Like, my fitness health goal this year is to gain 5 to 10 pounds of muscle and really lift 3 days to 4 days a week to achieve that on top of my running and training, right? So, like, what's that big goal for you? Like, and the reason I say this is so you're motivated. Like, instead of picking the like, well, I just want to get in shape for summer and that, like, okay, like, what if you were like, I want to get in the best shape of my fucking life this summer? And then that's motivating to have you showing up to those workouts 4 or 5 days a week, eating well, like really making it a lifestyle transformation instead of like, I mean, I just want to lose 15 pounds to like be able to wear this bikini that I bought 2 years ago. Like, really? Is that going to motivate you on a Friday night or Saturday when the bread comes out at supper time? Where your friends are like, let's go get wine night. Let's go do brunch. I'm tired from the kids. Let's just eat pizza and crap. Like, really? Is that goal going to motivate you? Versus having a big goal that makes you like, ooh, like drives you and you're just hungry to go do the work because you're just like, oof, this is mine, this big goal. Okay. All right. 14, move more in your day to day. So this is not specifically walking now. This is quite literally just move more in your day to day. Again, this helps me so much with recovery, with my energy. Like, I might do a little 10-minute walk and then come back and then do another little 10-minute walk before I pick up the boys. I'll get up and maybe it's even like between some calls or after a lunch break, like put some laundry in. I do get to work from home, but like, listen, wherever you're at, if that's walking around the block, that's parking farther when you pick up your kids, huh? Like, I don't try to park as close as possible when I go to the stores, when I pick up the boys. I'm like, I don't really care. I'll park 3 blocks away. It's not a big deal. So like, how can you just move more in your day to day? I promise you that will have you feeling better in so many ways. And it's so simple, just so simple. Again, can you walk when you're on a meeting or when you're talking to your mom or, you and the kids after supper, the whole family like goes out for a family walk. Okay. All right. 15, say yes. Say yes to whatever that is that's been coming up for you that you want to say yes to. My friends, I know you've got something there, okay? I don't know if it's like saying yes to going on the date, if it is saying yes to the big goal on your heart and head that you've been thinking about, if it's the business, if it's the pivot in your business, if it's to going on the trip that you've been wanting to go on, if it's signing up for the race, like say yes to whatever that is that comes up when you hear this. Okay. Say yes to it. Okay. Number 16, do something. This is a principle I use like and consider with working out is like so many times it kind of goes along with being a B student, but like we think that, oh, if I don't get in the 45-minute HIIT workout, well, then I'll just do nothing, that all or nothing mentality. Or, you plan to do an hour at the gym, but now whatever, you have to pick up the kids early. So you only got 20 minutes. Like, or you feel like shit, you're tired and you don't really feel like you're not ready to go crush that workout. Okay, do something. go for a walk instead of going to the gym and like running the stairs. Like I've done this. Go for a run. If if you don't feel like doing that heavy lift today, okay, well, maybe you walk. Like maybe you go take a dance class because that's what your friends invited you. Like do something. And I promise you, if you start to actually do something, you will be consistent with your workouts or whatever it is the goal that you're working on, versus if you're just trying to hit all or nothing. And then guess what? You don't even hit but one workout, maybe two workouts a week. And when you could have hit three or four, if you would have done something. Oh, and then by the way, psychologically, you've checked the box for four workouts, which means you're now motivated and you're building momentum. So you want to keep going on the weekends or the next week with your workouts, versus if you only hit the one or two, psychologically, you're like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. I didn't do all the workouts. See, I can never do this. And then you just say, oh, fuck it. I'll just not even do anything this next weekend and I'll have to start all over again the next month, right? Just do something. Do something. Okay. 17. Okay, we're on a roll here. We're doing good. This is another workout one. Use this thought. You will feel better after, y'all. If you are tired, if you are stressed, like if you don't feel like getting the workout in, and it's truly, truly from that place, like it's not like you literally only got 3 hours of sleep and you are like literally exhausted, like, and you need to call that and make that choice for you to take a rest day. But if it's one of those whiny days, I always say, like, if it's your brain negotiating or whining at you and you're like, oh, it's been a long day, but Samantha, I worked 14 hours today. Like, okay, so did all of us. Like, you're like, I just want you to use this thought. You will, and you guys know this. We all know this. I will feel better after. You know you will feel better after. So use that. Use that thought to your advantage, that you're going to feel better after, even if you feel tired now. Okay? All right, next. Okay. If you aren't getting results towards your goal within, say, like you have this goal and you're not getting results over the next 2 months, and if you're making progress, like some kind of small progress and steps, okay. But if you are like literally in the same spot and haven't learned a goddamn thing, or you kind of took a couple days of action and then you didn't, and then like, AKA, if you're not where you want to be and you set a goal and it's 2 months later, get support. You need to hire someone. You need to reach out to someone. You are not capable of doing this. Like, let's not draw that shit out, right? Because then you're going to get to the point where you've been trying to lose weight, air quotes, for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Like, stop the madness. This is like a rule I have for myself where I have now learned, because I'm a human too. Like, I set goals and they don't always, oh, yippity skippity, like just happen like that. When it's something new and uncomfortable for me, if you are not getting results within 2 months, or you are not anywhere near close where you want to be, you want to get more results, or you want to get faster, you want to feel better about them, whatever it is, give yourself 2 months. And after that, you need to get some fucking help. Okay. Or take it off the table, or be like, you know what? I've got way too much going on right now. I overestimated what this was going to take to redo the house, or I've got this new baby at home and I don't even want to fucking think about weight loss right now. I don't want to even think about, building my business right now or starting a business right now. Take it off the table then. But do not like say, oh, I have this goal. And then you're hitting that 2 month mark. You haven't made any progress or enough progress. And then you just keep dragging. It's like a fucking like ball and chain you're dragging with you. You're like, I've got to lose weight and I don't know how. And I've been trying, and you're just walking with that dead weight, literally energetically and physically holding you down. So either decide, I'm going to fucking figure this shit out. And I do not care how many people I have to talk to and how many people I have to hire or how many books I have to read and all the things I have to try, or I'm going to take it off the table. Ooh, I got a little fired up about that one. I'm just done with seeing too many of our goals and dreams just like sitting on the table, just like, or the ball and chain tied to us to be like, well, I mean, it's like I've been working on this for 3 years now. Okay. It does not take that long. And it's different if you're making progress towards it. Okay. All right. 19. Celebrate yourself. Y'all, if you are not, this is something I do with my clients every single week, sometimes multiple times a week, if it's within the call and like in the actual group community, we fucking celebrate. I want you all to just like celebrate your wins. Okay. Especially if you're going towards a goal and you're feeling a little like stuck or like you're not enough or it's not as much as you want, you're not as far as you want. We need to celebrate all these small wins along the way to allow us to keep going and stay motivated and keep the momentum. Because if you keep shitting on yourself and not celebrating and you're just like, God, it's not enough week after week, and you're like, oh, I haven't hit my goals yet. How does that feel? Do you really want to keep doing the healthy eating and the workouts and all and the training, the hardest fuck training? You really gonna keep doing that when you say that to yourself and you're not celebrating at all? Probably not. You'll probably quit. Yeah. And then start back again later. Like, no, celebrate. I would really encourage you, like, journal it, share it with somebody. I'm a huge fan of journaling. I have different coaches and communities that support me that I share my wins with. Like, get that shit out. Know what you're doing is working. And if it's not, if you're not celebrating anything, well, then guess what? You'll know you might need to get some help, right? Okay. 20. Be grateful, especially when things are hard. So if you guys do not have a gratitude practice, earlier on, I used to do gratitude like almost every day in my journal, and I still go back to it, especially when something is feeling challenging or hard. That is the thing that I'm going to find the gratitude in, right? So if you are feeling down, depressed, anxious, not where you want to be, or even if you're not and you're feeling life is good, keep it going and enter in some gratitude. I like to say 3 things you're grateful for. You can write that down. You can tell your people who that is, what that is, but you can say it in your head. You can go for a little gratitude walk, but be more grateful. Like, be grateful, and that will open up so much for you. All right, 21. Don't be confused. This is a lesson, and like, this is something like all these y'all, like, yes, I'm sharing them to you, but listen, I'm not perfect either, right? Like, I'm a human. So don't be confused. I have been confused about many things, I feel like, in life, and especially as I've been building my business. And instead of just picking the thing and then like basically trial and error experiment, okay, instead of like, oh, I don't know what to do. What should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Asking all the opinions of others, which we already talked about, owning yourself and doing you, right? But okay, like, instead of doing all of that and just, whoa, I don't know what to do, and just sitting in this like bowl of like hot tub, I'm picturing, of like confusion, where you just sit there, instead decide what you are going to do. Decide. Don't be confused. Simply decide. And I can tell you all this. Like, I wish I would have been less confused and decided more earlier on in my business. Even in things in life, but it really comes up for business for me, where it's like, just fucking decide and then try it. And you know what? Maybe that thing flops and fails, and then you learn the lesson. And then you can keep going down that road and refine and get better and learn the lessons from it. Or you can say, you know what? Yeah, that's not what I want to do anymore. That's not working at all. I'm not interested in it. Great. But now you know, right? Instead of just sitting in, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know what diet to do. I don't know what to do to lose weight. I don't know what workouts are going to work for me. Just pick one. Pick one. Just pick one and do it. When it comes to nutrition, same thing. Guess what? I mean, first and foremost, a little plug for myself, like my program my nutrition guidelines and workout guidelines and the coaching that you get around mindset, all of it works. Like if you want something so simple and doable that actually works and gets you results, listen, I've got you. Okay. But if you are just like, you just need to do something and you're like, no, let me try this first, Samantha. Like, let me try this book or this keto thing or whatever you want. Listen, almost all of the diets and actual like nutrition plans work if you do them, right? So just pick one then. Just pick one and do it. But don't be confused about like, this isn't working. And that is why we have coaching too, y'all. Because again, I've been confused. I will be confused in the future. Okay. And that is why I go get coaching from my coaches to be like, okay, this is where I'm feeling stuck and confused. Should I do this or that? And then I get coached through it. And I'm like, oh. And then guess what? I take action that actually allows me to move forward, right? So that's the power of having a coach is you don't have to be stuck in confusion, but please don't do it yourselves. Okay. 22. Okay. We're going here. Results are not linear. So most of us, and it's just like our brains, how they work in society, I feel like in culture is like, just thinks like, oh, we start a goal. Here's like, boop, point A at the very bottom of the X and Y axis. And then it's just this like straight trajectory. Like I'm just going to lose weight for the whole 20 weeks or entire year until I hit my goal. It's just going to be a straight shot. Or in business, we start our business and it's just going to be, I'm going to make some money and then more money and then even more money and like so on, right? Or in our relationships, we're like, well, I'm just going to like have this beautiful relationship and then I'm going to get married and then we're just going to have this happily ever after life that just keeps getting better and better. And real world doesn't look like that, right? The real world is messy. It is like a little up and down, ziggy zaggy, like swirly line. Sometimes it dips down a lot, right? When shit hits the fan. And then we come back up. Sometimes you come back up faster and better and stronger. And sometimes it fucking takes a while, right? So results are not linear. I do not care what your goal is. And maybe for some of us, based on our experience, it may be more linear, right? I've been working out most of my life. So if I get results faster when I train or do something, it's because I have literally been like lifting weights or running majority of my life, right? So I have 20 years under my belt. How many do you have? Right? For somebody who's like, oh, but the results are taking longer. It's like, okay, well, like you literally just started working out and eating healthy in your, in your late 30s or 40s. I've been doing this 20 years and I still have to like keep doing things to maintain. So like if your results are a little slower or you have some more dips, especially in the first 6 months or year or whatever it is to like take it as a lifestyle, it's okay. Okay. This is how it works. Just like literally, this is how it works. Give yourself some grace and some space to reach your goals and just know it's not going to be linear. And I think if we can take that expectation off of like, I'm just going to go from boop, 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 like you will give yourself such a much easier time. Okay. And you will reach your goal because you won't feel like shit and want to give up and quit because you did not reach it from A to Z like that. Right. All right. 23. This is health one more. Stop restricting and depriving yourself. I have had so many amazing clients come in and be like, thank you. Like I can eat whatever I want and still lose weight and still be healthy. And it's like, amen. Yes, my dear, you can. That we do not have to restrict certain food groups. We do not have to restrict carbs. You do not have to be keto to lose weight. You do not have to deny yourself the hot dog, the pizza, the burger, the beer, whatever it is for you. Like, we do not have to restrict and deny ourselves. We can make really powerful choices based on our goals. And there are tools that can help you to make the choices you want, right? But it's not about, I don't say to myself, I can't have this pizza. I can't have burger and fries. It's about saying, I choose not to. I don't want that, right? So shift or just stop with the restriction and deprivation. Again, if you want help with that, your girl can help you. Okay. 24. Get, as I plug myself here, or anyone for that matter, who's going to help you. But 24 is get mentorship, get support, get coaching, get whatever it is, some kind of support for you and your goals. If that's a course, if that's a coach, if that's a mentor, if that's a therapist, if that is all of the above, my brothers and sisters, the more support, the merrier over here. I've got it in all the different corners, right? And I would encourage you, like, if you've been rolling solo a lot, or you're not hitting your goals, or you are and you want to get them faster, or you want to multiply it, like, get support. It is okay. It is more than okay. It is like literally how we achieve big things in life. Okay. So bump up that support in all the ways. Number 25. How are we doing here? Okay. 25 kind of goes with that linear thought, is it will take longer than you think. Most likely. Okay. Whatever your goal is, I think too many times I've done this to myself now, and I see it, and you hear about it, but like and it's just like culture and society. We just want that instant fix. Like, give me the result right now. Like, give it to me, And it's probably going to take more time than you think. Have patience. I'm going to like tack on to this. Actually, this was number 26. This was a twofer. Make your goal inevitable. So if your goal is inevitable, listen, if you hit that goal in 6 months, great. But if it takes you a year or a year and a half, it's inevitable. Do not give up. Do not quit. If this is a goal that sits on your heart and head and you want to achieve, most likely it's going to take longer than you think, because life will happen. You might get sick, your kids might get sick, and before you know it, a whole month has gone by. Right? Right? So make your goal inevitable, and just know it's most likely going to take you longer than you think, and that is okay. All right? Most things worth going after take time, but it's worth it in the end, right? And that's where you get to check into, like, is it worth it? Like, is it worth it? And if it is still worth it, then you keep going. All right, next, 27. Tell people you love them. When I was talking about when you get that nudge, like to say that to, say to your kids, say to your partner, say to your friends. Maybe it's the random text that just like they came to your heart. Maybe it's the, I don't know. Just tell people you love them more. Like when you have that, like I feel like too much we get caught in our day-to-days, and we're in the work and we're in the grind and we're making supper and we're cleaning up and, all the things. And so just slow down for a second and tell people you love them. All right, 28, kind of along these lines. Hug more. Oh my gosh. I just saw this. I don't know I think it was an actual study, but it was through a different podcaster that I follow, Ed Milet. And it was like, if you hug for more than 3 seconds, it's like if you hug for 8 seconds, it like physiologically, there are serotonin and hormones, chemicals released to have us feeling better. I think, and you've heard, like, what is it? Like 9 hugs a day keeps the doctor away or something. But just like, I don't know, I think it's just like hitting my late 30s and realizing like life isn't going to be forever. And just like loving up on my boys. I'm just feeling so grounded with like family and relationships that I'm like, just hug more. Like, why are we holding back? Like when you see your friend, when you see somebody in need of a hug, when you see your family, and don't just make it the like, oh, hey, good to see you, like one of those, like, oh my God, like get in there, give it a big old hug, like make it worth it, change someone's day because you gave them a hug. That's what I got to say about that. All right, 29. The best workouts are the ones you do, right? So we can dream and strategize and plan. And, like I said, even earlier, like you can plan to do the best workout, but then not feel like it and say no. But the best workouts are the ones you do, even if it's a walk, even if it's less time, even if it's less intensity. The best ones are the ones you do, my friends. Okay. 29. What are we at? Oh, that was 29. 30. Slow down. This one is slow down, and I put in parentheses here to speed up. But essentially, like, I did this last year. I think I've shared some podcasts and posts about this. I've done it this last month, even again in February, where it was like, I think so much of the time in life, we're in such a rush, right? Like, oh, my hand is raised. We're in a rush to get to that income level. We're in a rush to buy the house. We're in a rush to find our partner and to get married and have kids and to have the business and the business be successful, like all the things, right? And I just want to like open the space and door. Maybe this is what resonates with you and you need to hear is like, it's okay to slow down and not just like action, 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 go after my goals, boom, boom, boom. Like to where what slowing down does and opens up, and what it did for me was it allowed me to like take that step back. And instead of just, meow, I was able to be like, hold on here. Is this what I want to do? How do I want to do this? This is too much when things are feeling overwhelming and like it was too much. Like I had to slow down to evaluate and see like, what do I really want to do? And what is my priorities in life? And where do I want to put my time? How much do I want to charge? Like, what is that worth? There were so many beautiful things that came from slowing down and actually number 31 is journaling from slowing down. And I journaled through all of that to see where the heck I was at and to see what I wanted. I journaled that all out and to see, work through whatever feelings or thoughts came up with that. Right. So just slow down. And then journaling number 31 is I'm a huge fan. And I know it's not for everybody, but like you could do it in a notebook. I do it in my phone. I have in my notes app. It just says notes. And each day, if I have something that pops up, I'll put a little journal entry in there. And it's not like I just would take away any rules or expectations around journaling, the way it's supposed to look, how you have to do it. I think there's probably like thoughts about like, well, if you journal, it has to be in the morning with your morning routine and it should look very pretty and be very eloquent and these specific things we should journal on. And it's like, just fucking have at it, man. Like, do you. So like, if you want to do it in a spiral bound notebook, if you want to do it in a pretty notebook, if you want to do it on your phone, if you want to do it in Google Docs, it could be literally like ranting, like capital letters, like, oh, I fucking hate life today. Like, whatever it is, or if it's like, man, I'm feeling so good. I'm like, I'm so lit up. I'm so excited for life. Like I just hit these major goals, or this is what I want to hit. Whatever it is, just get it out. It's like talking to your best friend and it literally releases whatever it is you have inside of you. Oh my gosh, this is huge for when you're like upset, stressed, whatever, like negative emotions you have. If you can get that out in a journal, it is so powerful. Okay, cruising along. 32. Brain fuel. Listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, listen courses, modules, like fill your brain with things that are going to help you towards your goals. So I do not watch the news. I generally don't watch a Netflix or TV a ton. Like every once in a while I'll have my show. But like I'm listening to things that are going to help me go after my goals. So if I'm in training season, it might be ultra podcasts or lifting podcasts or health podcasts. If it's a business type goal, I might be listening to those podcasts. But they're things so it doesn't allow my brain to drift and go to like, oh, like you're tired, you can't do this. Like, how are you going to do this? It's like, nope, I'm going to focus on how I can do this. And let me find the one thing maybe that will change it by listening to brain fuel, podcasts, audiobooks, classes, things that you can listen to that will help serve you. Okay. 33. Where are you? Find your community. We talked about support, but even more than that is finding your community or communities. So like I have like my ultra running community, and that's like I've got local like one-to-one friends, I've got groups. There's like a Facebook group for like the ultra community that's like all of the East Coast. Um, find your community. I have business group coaching programs I'm in where those are communities that I can feel safe, judgment free, vulnerable, fear. I can share any and all the things in those groups, and I know I will be held up and supported. So find your community or communities. I would encourage, just like support, having multiple ways, having some digital wins, having some local communities, having the fitness community, like all of those things. Okay. 34 is seek people who have done what you want. Seek them out, ask them, DM them, read their books, get their courses, whatever. Like if there's something you want to have, and there's most likely someone who's done it, follow them, find them, learn from them, right? Take the cheat sheet. All right, 35. I'm going to cruise a little bit more. I want to finish this up here. Not take too much of y'all's time. 35 is the 2-day rule. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. It's just a classic. Like, do not go more than 2 days without working out. That is such a like easy, simple guideline rule. And that could be a walk. Okay. That doesn't have to be the epic 45-minute workout. Just like life happens, right? Kids get sick, you have to work late, you're traveling, you have a wedding, blah, blah, blah. Like just don't go more than 2 days without working out. And that will allow you to stay consistent and keep your momentum no matter what is going on in life. Okay. 2-day rule. All right. 36. We're almost here. 36 is one book can change your life. That book for me, I think it's up here. Yeah. Is Born to Run. That is the book I read in my late 20s, over 10 years ago now, mid to late 20s, I guess. And changed my life because I was like, holy crap, I did not know about these ultra marathons. And I became enamored. I was like, I read that book, passing out to it every night till I finished it. Then I got the audiobook and I listened to the audiobook like multiple times, and I signed up for my first ultra marathon from that space. I was still smoking at the time. And that literally like changed to where like I got with the ultra community. I was able to quit smoking and to start running these races. And I was just so motivated. And so like I was obsessed, but just like so like I was so motivated and driven and drawn to this, like that lifestyle. I wanted that more than I wanted the old and the life that I was living from one book. So there could just be one book, one podcast, one person that could literally change your life. So just be open to like that coming into your life. All right, 37. Okay, here we get the final juicy ones. You can do more than you think. Y'all know this is like my MO. If you don't, it is a part of like what I preach and how I feel like so deep in my soul. Like whatever it is that you want, the goals, the dreams on your heart and head, or even in like the day-to-day workouts. Like when the stairs were taken the other day. And so I had my 40-pound weighted vest on and was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to run on the treadmill today. And honestly, running wasn't even my first thought. I was like, I guess I'll walk on an incline. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, let's just do this. Like, and I did it. I did more than I thought. I wasn't quote unquote ready to that was not in my workout plan to go run 2 miles with sprints in a weighted vest. No, that wasn't in my plan that morning. And was I a little like, oh gosh, that first 5 minutes was a little rough, but then I got into it and I was like, oh shoot, I'm in like beast mode. Let's go. Like you can do more than you think. And I could tell you a million other stories about that, right? But I just want you to hopefully hear that, and wherever you're at in life, like you really can. And if you ever need evidence or someone to like bolster your belief, well, one, join coaching. That's part of what we do. But also you can just like listen to some of these podcasts, past podcasts of my stories of what I've been able to accomplish, or other people, what they've been able to accomplish, how they did more than they thought. Okay. There's so many examples out there. All right. Number 38. This one also so near and dear to my heart. We're getting there. Oh, this is like, I feel like going to be a part of like my mission, like moving forward. Again, like just turning 39 and seeing so many people around me in mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s, 50s, like just this feeling of like, being done, or like I haven't achieved it, so put a fork in me, or I'm not there yet. And because I'm not there yet, I might as well just stay the same. Like there's no way I'm ever going to hit the money goals I want, or hit the body that I want, or the family that I want, or the marriage, like you name it, right? But there's something about this like late 30s, early 40s, even 50s, where people like, there's almost like this give up. Like, I'm not there yet, so fuck it. Like, I'm just going to give up. Like, I'm not ever going to be able to get there. Type of feeling and vibe is what I get out in the world and the ethers. And I am here to eradicate that too, and to shift. And so number 38 is you are not done, and it's not too late. You are not done, and it's not too late. For whatever goal that is on your heart and head, multiple goals for that dream life that you see and that you want, you are not done. And it is not too late. You can start now. And I would encourage you to not wait another single day, another month, another year, for you to start to take that first step. Make it inevitable. It's going to probably take you longer than you think, but who the fuck cares? Get after it. Go after it. I promise you, you can have it, especially if you start. Don't you dare think that you are done and that you can't have it. It's too late. Oof. Okay? And 39, the final lesson that I have for you guys, encompassing all of these probably, is simply live your life. Like, live your life. Okay? I don't want any of you to kind of be dragging along through life, to be living an incongruent or unaligned life where like the soul is getting sucked out of you for whatever reason, where you're not your truest, fullest, biggest, expansive breath of life, aka you're not living your life. We do only get this one. And here at 39, I am like seeing it and feeling it. Like, I don't want to take this life for granted. And regardless of my past and my story that has me right here, right now, it's okay. Like, I've given myself full permission to like live and love and do the things I want and go after them every single day. Whether I check the box and like, oh, hit that next milestone or result or not, or it takes me longer than I thought. I mean, I'm living my life. That's why I feel so fulfilled. It's like, I'm doing the workouts. And you know what? Some of them fucking suck. And some of them don't feel, oh, I'm crushing it in beast mode, right? And I have this beautiful relationship. And guess what? We argue too, right? Like, and I have kids and they're amazing and beautiful and I love them to death. And they were also little boogers for my birthday weekend, you know? And so like, but man, I'm living life and I'm willing to play all out. I'm willing to feel the negative stuff, the emotions, as well, the negative emotions, as well as the positive ones. Like, live your life. Do the things you want to do with the people you want. Okay? All right, y'all. I love you guys so much. And I hope you are taking one or some of these away. And of course, if you hear any of these or in general, like something's hitting home for you, you know you can get coaching. And I want to just share this here and now because March is a beautiful big month for me as I came out of my reflection in February and all of this like 39, lots of lessons and things are just like hitting home for this year for me. Y'all know this is like my watch me year. I am revamping the Ultra Life group coaching program. Might not even be called the group coaching program moving forward. In fact, probably won't, but it is getting an up level. And this is the month you want to get in because I am doing a special for this month only. And after this month, the price is going to go up. The value is going up already that I have plans that I'm already getting into this weekend. But you have this opportunity in March. If you are listening to this in the month of March in 2024, you need to DM me the word March or just book your consult call. Go to Instagram at Samantha's Real Life and talk about how I can help you to reach your goals so you can feel fulfilled, so you can get the results that you want, right? So you can do that. For the month of March, I'm doing this special only as I do this revamp for the program. So you can get on this ground level now. Otherwise, the rate is going up after this. And there's going to be so much goodness. I've got challenges coming too. So stay tuned for a lot of goodness coming March and further beyond. But I cannot wait to serve you guys. I hope this is helpful. And I will see you all again soon.